I'm Ben, and today I'm going to make an update video to the power-driven diesel ultimate towing compound kit review that I made a couple months ago. I've watched the video a couple times myself. I've driven the truck a whole bunch since then and read all the comments and stuff like that, and I think there's a few things that I need to go back and talk about, as well as some driving shots. A whole bunch of people had mentioned why no shots of it running or driving, and that's a good question. I really should have done that. Today, hopefully we'll get all that stuff cleared up and take it from there. For anybody who didn't see the first video, I'll put a link in the description, but this is the truck that I'm talking about. This is a 96 Dodge Ram 3500, has a 12-valve Cummins in it. It's still a long way from being done. I mean, everywhere you look, there's stuff that needs to get worked on, and the guy working on it, me, is definitely an amateur. So, you know, if you look around and notice things that don't look quite right, you know, don't be surprised. Big topic of the video actually was the fact that I wasn't crazy about the off-idle performance, and I was kind of blaming it on the cam. That's the Hamilton Cam's daily driver cam. I think it's a 182 214, and I think they've actually stopped selling it. But I actually realized the other day it might have nothing to do with the cam. They list that as being for towing, daily driving, and race. You know, I don't know if it's going to specialize in any of those, but something that they list as being able to do anything with. But one thing I realized is this truck came with 355 gears. I put 37-inch tires on it, and I went up to a 411. My idea with that was that the truck is going to be driven a lot more than it's going to be used for towing, and I kind of wanted to keep the engine or the highway RPMs down a little bit. But to be honest with you, I probably should have gone to a 430, because that is the actual ratio that would keep all the numbers in check the way they were from stock. With driving this truck a lot lately and putting my quad in the back of that, the quad is pretty big. It's an Outlander Max. I think it's probably about 700 pounds. It's got 29.5-inch tires, which are going to be a bit heavier, and then I've got a toolbox and some junk in the back. So we could probably say there's at least 1,000 pounds in the back when I'm going out doing stuff. And I live in a very mountainous area. British Columbia is basically just covered in mountains, so when you're going anywhere on the highway, it's typically up and down hills. And one thing I have noticed with me going with the 411 gears to keep the engine RPM down, I do find sometimes that it's in lockup at a bit too low of an RPM for when you're trying to go up hills. You know, it's manageable and it's fine, but I do really wonder when I have a camper on the back of this and maybe towing a big trailer full of goodies, like, how is that going to perform on the highway? So, you know, it might have been a mistake going with the 411s. It has a 5-inch MBRP exhaust with a muffler. It's got a 6-inch tip, 3-inch downpipe. I specifically wanted this truck to be a bit on the quieter side. I like the idea of compound turbos to keep it a bit quieter, and then I definitely wanted to go with a muffler just to you know, help that little bit extra, and no regrets. If you want to see a review on that, there's one on my channel. Actually, I'll put a link in the description too. so the last point I want to clear up from the first video, I made that I think in June or so. It was kind of the beginning of summer. It was just starting to warm up, and I had made a statement on there that I hadn't noticed much of a difference in terms of operating temperatures. And I will say that under certain circumstances I am noticing that not to be the case. There's one hill that I go up quite a bit. It's quite a steep road and it's quite a slow speed kind of a housed area, but you go up probably 1,200 feet of elevation within just a few kilometers. I definitely surprised myself once going up there with the air conditioning on, and all of a sudden I looked down and the heat gauge is like almost at the top. So the next time I did it, I had the AC off, and I think I might have even tried it with the heater on, and it was like really quite hot by the time I got up there. We're talking about in the middle of summer heat here and slow driving and all that, but it has definitely changed my opinion because the truck is unloaded at this point. I mean, at most there's maybe a few hundred pounds of junk in the back. Probably going to need to be some upgrades to the cooling system. So if any of you guys have any experience with getting custom rads made, or if you've got any before and after experience, especially with towing and hot temperatures in the summer, please let me know down below. I really like the built-in fans running off the motor. I just feel like it's a lot more of a safety margin for things buggering up, but possibly going with a couple of electric fans could move more air. I'm not sure. At some point, this is definitely going to have a camper and a trailer with quads or boat or Sea-Doos or God only knows what behind it. And the idea with this whole truck build was to go on big adventures down in the States or wherever. So at some point, I'm definitely going to be needing to upgrade radiators. I just wanted to clear it up. When I said that I hadn't noticed much difference in operating temperatures, there's certain situations where I definitely am. I've never noticed it on the highway or just normal around town driving, but you know, you can imagine with a big trailer or a camper or, you know, the thing loaded down, there's going to be some sort of impact. If I had to do it again, probably would have got the towing cam. I probably would have gone with 430 gears, maybe would have gone with a 4-inch exhaust instead of a 5, but honestly, you know, live and learn. I gave it a try, jumped in, and you know, as a whole, the truck runs great. It's got tons of power, and it is, you know, a pleasure to drive, whether in the city or on the highway. Okay, well, that's about it for today. Just want to say thanks for watching. Just a quick little video showing some exhaust sounds and a bit of driving around in the areas that I spend a lot of time. I just put up a new quad video in the last little while. And another one where I was cruising around in this area with the Xterra. I'll also be doing quite a bit of filming with this truck in the next little while. I've got the stock tires still that came on it, and they're tiny. I mean, my quad tires I think are taller than those, so I'm going to be doing some comparisons, miles per gallon, some maybe 0 to 60 stuff, and just a bit of general sort of horsing around what kind of to expect going between stock tires and 37s. We'll have some fun with them, and when I'm all done, I'm going to do a savage burnout and absolutely roast those other tires right off. Please like and subscribe. There's going to be all sorts of stuff coming up. I'm going to be out here a lot filming in the next little while, and that could be with this truck or with the old quad or the Xterra or whatever, but either way, I'm really hoping to just get out and have some fun with this channel, and I hope you guys join me. So thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and hope you have a good day.